Two-time heavyweight champion Tyson Fury has refused to fight Oleksandr Usyk and would rather fight Derek Chisora. Due to this and another reason that just came up, there could be a protracted postponement of a world title match, one we would all love to see. Also, could Deontay Wilder be one step closer to getting the fourth match against Tyson Fury? Watch this video to the end for details on these. Usyk's handlers are more concerned with Fury than the IBF order for Hrgovic. The latest requirement to face Filip Hrgovic is unimportant for Oleksandr Usyk's managers. Usyk, who is the current IBF, WBO, IBO, and WBA heavyweight champion, recently defeated Anthony Joshua twice by decision. Early in 2023, he hopes to pursue an undisputed matchup with Tyson Fury, the WBC champion. However, the IBF just made Usyk and Hrgovic's fight obligatory, and Eddie Hearn, co-promoter for Hrgovic, has requested an immediate purse bid. The promoter of Usyk is unconcerned about mandatory commitments delaying a Fury fight. Alexander Krasuk, Usyk's promoter, told Sky Sports that at this point, he could assume that it will not alter the undisputed anyhow. Fury is keeping busy. He has a voluntary defense against Derek Chisora scheduled for December 3rd at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. In the first 3 months of the upcoming year, Usyk wants to fight Fury. According to Krasuk, they anticipate his next fight to be for the undisputed, thus it will probably take place in the Middle East. Ben Shalom of bout.Usyk, the promoter, would dearly love to assist Usyk in getting his fights in the UK. Shalom said to Sky Sports that they believe that the UK should host his fights. Oleksandr is someone they'd want to work with, and that's something they're talking about. Shalom said that Usyk recognizes that the UK is potentially a very strong market and wants to compete there. Since they've seen him so frequently over here, they'd really like to have him over in the UK so that he can establish his brand, grow his fan base, and represent his country. Due to the fact that he has consistently come over there, whether it was against Tony Bellew or Derek Chisora, and he has always been the underdog fighter. Andy Ruiz said that once he hits Wilder with his right hand, he is going down. Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz Jr. will square off in a bout that the WBC has formally sanctioned on Wednesday as the last eliminator to choose the mandatory challenger for the WBC belt that Tyson Fury presently possesses. Ruiz posted a training video to social media shortly after the event with the remarks stating that he is ready for anything that comes his way. Wilder, 43, 2-1, 42 KOs, and Ruiz, 35-2, 22 KOs, dominated the heavyweight division for a 6-month period in 2019 and were headed towards a unification fight. Both boxers are affiliated with PBC, and it seemed inevitable at the time that they would eventually face off after finishing their individual contests. However, Ruiz was unable to retain the belts he had taken from Anthony Joshua after falling to the Brit in a resounding decision, and Wilder soon lost his crown to Fury. The two uncrowned competitors will now square off against one another if the sanctioning body's order goes through in order to advance further in the race for a title opportunity. Ruiz told Boxing Social that he feels like he can take a hit. He then said that he is not saying Wilder doesn't hit hard or anything. He continued by saying that he is going to enter the fight, use his combos, be quick and explosive, and then slam that right hand into his temple to knock him out. He then concluded by saying that they are there attempting to keep themselves occupied and maintain their concentration. Robert Helenius was defeated by Wilder in the first round back in October. Ruiz did not appear overly enthused by the achievement. Ruiz claimed that everyone knew Wilder was going to get that win easily. That was his sparring partner, so how does one deal with them? A person knows exactly what they have to do and what the sparring partner is going to do after all. When Ruiz last met Luis Ortiz in September, he defeated the Cuban by unanimous decision after dropping him twice. Ortiz was twice knocked out by Wilder in the past. The Olympic bronze medalist from Alabama also defeated Chris Arreola and Serhii Liakovic, two opponents with whom he had to go the distance before winning by unanimous decision. Wilder has a devastating knockout power, but the destroyer Ruiz is confident in his skills. Ruiz recently stated in a different interview that he is pretty confident. He said that nobody can truly match his sense of style. He went on to say that he almost seems to be a different person as they enter the ring. He believes his ability, power, quickness, and movement, along with height, gives him an advantage. He then said that fighting shorter, faster opponents who move around is more difficult for taller men. He concluded by saying that he is going to prevail against Wilder. Deontay Wilder gets one step closer to getting a fourth match against Tyson Fury. The WBC has ordered Deontay Wilder to compete against Andy Ruiz Jr. in a final eliminator for the British heavyweight title, putting him one step closer to a fourth matchup with Tyson Fury. Following his victory over old sparring partner Robert Helenius by knockout last month, Wilder, 37, has been given the go-ahead to face Ruiz. It was Wilder's first fight in almost a year, and he easily defeated Helenius in the opening round. Ruiz last competed in September when he defeated Luis Ortiz by hard-fought decision. The winner of Wilder vs. Ruiz will be the next mandatory challenger for Fury's WBC belt, which he will defend against Derek Chisora, a past opponent whom he has already defeated twice on December 3rd in London. After stopping Dillian Whyte in April, the Gypsy King decided to hang up his boxing gloves, but then he changed his mind and tried to negotiate a match with Anthony Joshua. Fury decided to fight Chisora a third time after negotiations for that fight fell through. With only victories over Sefer Seferi and Francisco Pianeta under his belt after a nearly 3-year layoff from the ring, many fans feared Fury was unprepared for the step-up in competition when he first faced Wilder in 2018. A little over a year after their contentious draw, Fury delivered a commanding performance in their rematch to successfully defend Wilder's WBC title with a 7th-round finish. Fury raised his hand in their trilogy battle, which featured 5 knockdowns and went on to become one of the best heavyweight title fights in recent memory. Fury recently said he experienced short-term memory loss following the final bell while reflecting on their thrilling third encounter. In his book, Gloves Off, Fury stated that a boxer needs to know when their time is up, and his was approaching. He said that after the brutal fight with Wilder in 2021, he even suffered from short-term memory loss. He couldn't recall how many times he had fallen because his head was covered with tennis ball-sized bumps in the hours that followed the victory. The surroundings were hazy and he felt terrified. After his second defeat to Fury, Wilder considered retiring but finally changed his mind, stating that boxing needs American champions to exist. The Bronze Bomber has stated his ambition to win the WBC title, which he previously held and successfully defended 10 times, but in order to do so, he must first defeat Ruiz Jr. Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury's future matchup is in jeopardy. Tyson Fury's choice to fight Derek Chisora rather than Anthony Joshua or Oleksandr Usyk disappointed heavyweight boxing fans. Despite this criticism, there was still hope that the mega fight would take place by the end of 2023, however the IBF has now raised a potential obstacle in the way of such a fight. Usyk must fight Filip Hrgovic to defend the championship he defeated Anthony Joshua for. Zhang Jilei was defeated by Hrgovic on the Saudi Arabian program that featured the Usyk-Joshua rematch, making Hrgovic the IBF's top contender. Hearn is Hrgovic's co-promoter, therefore he is aware of the discussions and the circumstances surrounding a matchup with Usyk. Hearn has received harsh criticism for not pressing through a match between Fury and Joshua, and by asking for an instant purse bid for the matchup between Hrgovic and Usyk, he runs the risk of infuriating fans even more. Hearn said during a DAZN broadcast on Saturday that they have learned that Oleksandr Usyk will face obligatory challenger Filip Hrgovic in the next match. Due to this scenario, Usyk won't be allowed to face Fury until at least after this fight. The Ukrainians' representative Alex Krasuk confirmed that Tyson Fury had declined their invitation to square off against him in order to unify the heavyweight championships. Alex said that he offered Fury the fight more than a year ago, but he declined. He said this in an interview with ES News on YouTube. He further said that the Saudis made the offer and they suggested the battle to him, albeit he now claims that this is untrue. Who do you think will win when Usyk and Fury go against each other? Also, do you believe that Ruiz will beat Wilder as he claims? Please let us know your opinion in the comments section. Also, let us know what other topics you would like to see in the future. Please like this video and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.